All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Crawlings coming at you this time with a vivarium build. This has been highly requested on my channel by a lot of my viewers. I've done tons and tons of custom tanks on the channel, but I've very rarely, if ever, shown you the step-by-step process. I think I did a three separate video process a while ago on collecting natural materials and creating this background with using bark that you could find outside from some of your local trees. As long as you treat it properly and get it in the oven and stuff like that, it shouldn't be any worries, and you just kind of piece it together. This is a completely custom build for my buddy Whistling Speed 330. He reached out to me. He's been a big fan and supporter of my channel for a long time, and we were able to collaborate, and he kind of told me, he said, man, I really like what you do with the stuff. I would love to keep red-eyed croc skinks myself, but I'm not sure if I could commit the time and dedication and attention to detail that you can in some of your builds. So what do you think, Mr. Crawlings? Could you help me out? And I was like, absolutely, buddy, no problem whatsoever. So what you see here in front of you is he decided to go with a 40-gallon breeder. That is highly recommended for your red-eyed crocodile skink pair. They are a species that really doesn't like to be kept in more than one male, one female. Females can tend to fight with one another as well as males for territoriality. But anyway, I just want to quick give you a little rundown, and I'm going to give you a little step-by-step process in this video and show you these first initial steps. So what you're going to do is you're going to get some 1-inch pieces of foam, and you're going to kind of get them cut down to size. And they don't have to be perfect, because we're going to go back in here with some expanding foam and go ahead and fill in this all. The most important thing is we're going to want to seal this up really well. So in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video, and we're going to add some black latex. You want to try to make sure you can get the aquarium safe grade, but this section over here will be the land, and dry section over here, he's going to have an aquatic section. And once that's fully cured, it should be safe. It is safe for your aquarium inhabitants. So I got a bunch of pieces cut, and then over here to the side I got a pipe. This is going to be used for the pump system, so you'll be able to access it and get into the filtration part of it, and that's going to be have a nice little water feature with waterfall and all that cool stuff over here, keeping that water clean for his red eyes. And then just over here, I went ahead and put it off to the side. These are some of the materials that your tools and materials that you're going to want to need. So just a simple tape measure. Go ahead and get yourself a single-handed hacksaw or hacksaw blade, and then you just kind of mount it up in here. You can do a pen, works better on the foam when you're trying to get it all to length. And then to get cleaner breaks, if you're trimming and stuff like that, the saw works good. But for clean breaks, you can actually use a razor blade, and make sure you go ahead and extend that blade all the way out, so you get nice depth on it, and you can kind of flip it over. You'll get a nice clean line. When you give it a little tap, it'll break, and then you just clean up the back side. So those are the tools, materials, and as you can see, I got a lot of it already pre-cut. It's ready to go. I'm excited to get this all put together and kind of show you this step-by-step process. So here we go. All right, and here we are. I went ahead and clamped it up. This is pretty much all I can do at the moment, but I wanted to set this up because you need clamps to kind of hold everything in place. But this is to kind of give you an idea of Whistling Speed 330's build. He sent me a design idea that he had that he saw online. I told him, I said, just go ahead and pitch me something. Let's see what you're thinking. And he was really excited about adding a water feature. So that's this section you'll see over here. And you can kind of see how I'm cutting it out. I'm going to allow for flow into that drain to the pump. And then that'll be pre-filtered in the bottom of this. And that'll come up a tube, and that's going to come out here. But you guys will see those steps later on. This is all going to get siliconed in place. It's really important, especially when you're having a land side and a water side, that you seal it really well, and the best way to do that is one piece at a time, making sure you're getting those seams and beads along the bottom and the sides on both sides. And I still have to do some modifications and cuts on this piece of down, it's basically a downpipe drain, if you guys are wondering what that is. And if you have questions about any of this stuff, go ahead and just shoot me a message. You know, we're still a relatively small channel, and I like getting to you guys and talking to you. The more we share with other people in the hobby, the better off the hobby does, and I'm all for that. In the back here, we won't have to worry about siliconing too. I mean, we'll have to silicone a little bit, but there's also going to be some expanding foam kind of coming in here, and this is going to be getting layered up. Both of those are going to get layered up with some tiers, and I have some other really good, or what I think are great ideas, and he's going to really enjoy it. I know he's going to enjoy it. I already can see how this is looking, and it looks, in my mind, even better than the image that he sent me, which I wish I could flash up on the screen, but at the moment in time, I can't really do a lot of video editing, so I'm just kind of doing this with my new Samsung, and doing the best I can with that without editing. I'm just going ahead and just pausing it and then starting the record again. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. I'll show you the back side here. We won't have to worry about too much of this being exposed. You can see I use the black silicone. I just wanted to make sure I was able to, like, because when you use transparent, you'll be able to see it because it's kind of a blue tinge versus the yellow foam. But I wanted to see that really nice adhesion, whatever. I ain't tomato. But I wanted to make sure it has some really good contact, and that it's going to be able to, I'm going to be able to see it set up. And once that's good, then I'll be able to remove these clamps. And it's also worth noting too, it's a good idea, and I'll be doing this off camera, but you can either take some books for the bottom and kind of wedge them in there, or you can actually cut a piece of your foam if you have plenty, which I do, and wedging it up against the base there to hold the bottom in as well on both sides if you can. That way it stays nice and level, but it's doing it this way is really cool because you're able to build off of the platform. But yeah, just a little update video on what I'm up to, and yeah, I'm really excited for this 40-gallon vivarium build for Whistling Speed's 330's red-eyed crocodile skink pair that he's planning on getting here once I get this shipped over to him. So until next time, if you guys keep it crawling and be creative.